How much better to saunter along the trail of life, to measure it in terms of beauty and of love and of friendship. That quote from John Muir shows his wider view of hiking, which I so respect. I even tend to romanticize the symbol of the adventurous pilgrim, the hiking stick itself. They have been a quiet, helpful companion to my travels, and creating them has been a rewarding lifelong pursuit, one that I'm eager to share with you. This abandoned railroad track will soon be a rails to trail. So they won't mind if I cut a few sticks here. They're going to be clearing it anyway. So it gives me a great opportunity. Oh, I was hoping I might find one of these. So we've got some bittersweet, another invasive species that is growing around this beech tree. And that's always a good thing if you're looking for an interesting hiking stick. And it's also in this cluster of trees, so it won't hurt to take one of these out. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. You know, carving is such a gift. Everybody needs some porch time. Be it time with friends or just listen to the conversation of the birds. For doing a hiking stick, you really just need a simple pocket knife made with two blades, one smaller and one maybe a little bit larger for skinning the bark. No fancy tools required. What we're going to work on is bark carving. We're not going to be carving deep into the stick. We're just basically going to make colorful, creative decisions about where we leave the bark and what we take away. We want to make sure that you've removed all the bark where your hand is going to go. And I like to put rings in. This is a very simple way of creating some designs. And you can, if you want, leave the rest of the stick completely covered with bark if you really like it. Now remember, don't cut straight on your lap and cut into your leg. Move the stick away from it and balance it so you can carve here just in case you miss. So we're going to start by taking a smaller blade from our knife and cutting the first ring. You can actually kind of feel the crunch as you turn. And I'm just rotating the stick and feeling the crunch as I get through the bark into the harder wood. So I've cut all my different rows here. This is going to be taken away, and then all of this will be taken away for the handle. So now that you create a stop on one side, when you chip away, it will not cut the bark. So it's very important that you put your notches on both sides and you don't push too hard. Push too hard, you could slip and take away the ring that you've worked so hard to create. Got most of my handle cleared, but I've left a little space here at the top for some more creativity. Maybe you want to put in initials or a decorative design, or maybe that's where you put your medallion. So I'm leaving a little space. Now that we're back inside, let's talk about some of the creative options we have for your hiking stick. I carved away the handle for a smooth grip, but I left the rest of the bark, with the exception of a pattern I added, carving into it after it actually dried. It's important to pay attention to what nature may have done to a hiking stick. This one makes a great grip, and then I augmented with the tree of life. I put the scouting symbol here, and then threaded in a weave of bark to give myself locations for my hiking medallions. On this one, I also decided to leave a branch on it. Said, you know what, this will make a nice hook, because when you're at summer camp, you always want to know where your coffee cup is. Of course, you can have lots of fun adorning your stick with various things like fossils, or maybe embedded geode, or help you to find your way with a compass, or just help you to find a bit of fun. The picturesque American medallion may be your first, but I'm hoping this won't be your last, and you'll find adventures like I have here in North Carolina. And of course, make sure you get out to all the beautiful national parks in the country and collect their medallions as well. I'm particularly excited that this stick is going to go to an eager young hiker that's ready to hit the trail. So let's see how to attach this to the stick itself. Once you've decided where you want the medallion, you can actually bend it around the stick. This is intentional so you get a nice snug fit. The package will include 3 nails. Why 3 for only 2 holes? Well, if you're anything like me, you might bend one, or more likely I might lose one. So even though there's provided nails, I also glue it. So flip it over, pick your favorite glue, and add that to the back. Now this is not required, but this is a big tip. I like to drill into the hole of the medallion and into the wood. If you do this about half the length of the nail, you're less likely to get it to bend on you, and you'll still hold in really tight. So thread the nail through the provided hole and into the new hole that you made into the stick, and then tap it in gently because we don't want to bend this. Now it's important to do one at a time. Now that the other one is insecure, I rebend the medallion around and drill the second hole. Again, only about half the length of the nail itself. I'm excited this one's complete, but I have one more to finish carving, so it's back to the porch for me. Whether you're carving this for yourself or for a friend, it's going to make a wonderful companion. Hope to see you on the trail.